Isn't it kind of weird when you think about it? From the time we're kids, we're taught how to work to earn money, but almost nobody teaches us what to actually do with it. And that one little gap in our education, that's the reason so many of us feel stressed about finances no matter how much we're bringing in. So, in the next few minutes, we're going to build a bridge over that gap, together.
Okay, let's start with a real knockout punch of a story. I mean, this one fact says it all, doesn't it? If earning over $300 million doesn't make you financially secure, then what on earth will? This proves right off the bat that the problem isn't just about your income. It's about your relationship with money. Simply making more isn't the fix.
And hey, this isn't just some far-off celebrity problem. A jaw-dropping 78% of American workers are living paycheck to paycheck. And get this, that number includes people who are earning six-figure salaries. It's this feeling of being stuck on a financial treadmill. And it's practically an epidemic. And it's exactly what we're here to figure out. So how do we finally get off that treadmill? Well, we need a totally new way of thinking. Here's our game plan. First, we're going to redefine what the rat race actually is. Then, we'll completely change how we see money itself. After that, we'll lay out a super simple framework, consumption versus production. And finally, we'll get into the actual strategies to manage both, your financial defense and your financial offense.
All right, let's dive into Section 1, the real rat race. Now, a lot of people hear that phrase, and they immediately think of a boring 9-to-5 office job. But you know what? That's a huge misunderstanding, and it totally misses the real danger.
So here's the big insight. The real rat race isn't about your job title, it's a financial state. It's that constant feeling of living on a knife's edge, right? Where one flat tire or an unexpected bill could send your whole world into a spiral. In that state, your job isn't a choice anymore. It becomes a lifeline you're desperately clinging to just to stay afloat.
And man, living like that takes a massive mental toll. This quote from Fight Club just nails it. When you're stuck in that cycle of just earning enough to pay for your stuff and your debt, you're not free. Your car payment, your mortgage, your credit card bills, they start making your choices for you. They literally own you.
Okay, moving on to Section 2. Now, before we get into any of the how-tos like budgeting or investing, we have to start with a really fundamental shift in our mindset. Getting this next part right is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about.
You know, if you crack open a textbook and look up money, you'll get something like this. A super dry technical definition. A medium of exchange. I mean, yeah, sure it's true, but it's also completely useless. It doesn't tell us a single thing about how to actually build wealth.
Check this out. Here's a much more powerful way to look at it. Don't think of money as an object. Think of it as a symbol, a representation of value. That's all it is. So when you buy a coffee, you're not just trading paper for a drink, you're trading value for value. You value that coffee more than the few bucks in your hand, and the cafe values your few bucks more than the coffee. Simple as that.
So, why is this little mental flip so important? Well, for one, it completely takes the morality out of money. Money isn't the root of all evil, it's just a tool, like a hammer. It also shifts our thinking from this zero-sum game of winners and losers to a game of value creation. The question isn't who had to lose for them to win, the much better question is, wow, what value did they create to earn that? At the end of the day, money doesn't make you a good or bad person. It just gives you more options.
Okay, so with that new mindset locked in, let's get into the most practical, nuts and bolts part of this whole explainer. Section 3 is all about a super simple but incredibly powerful framework that basically runs your entire financial life: consumption versus production.
It honestly boils down to this. Production is how money flows in. Think your salary, any side hustle income, stuff like that. Consumption is how money flows out. Your rent, your groceries, that Netflix subscription you forgot about. Every single dollar that touches your life falls on one side of this equation.
So I want you to just take a second and be really honest with yourself. Which side of this equation is the bigger challenge for you right now? Is it a production problem, not enough money coming in? Or is it a consumption problem, too much money going out? Pinpointing the real issue is always the first step. So let's tackle consumption first. This is Section 4, and you can think of this as playing financial defense. Because before you can even dream about building wealth, you gotta plug the leaks in your own financial boat. You have to tame your consumption. So why is this so dang hard? Well, it's because our own brains are kind of wired to sabotage us. We fall into these little mental traps, like the ostrich effect. You know exactly what I'm talking about. When you're almost afraid to look at your bank account on a Monday morning. Or there's hyperbolic discounting,
which is really just a fancy way of saying our brain wants a small treat right now instead of a huge reward later. It's why buying new sneakers today feels so much better than putting that money into a retirement account. And of course, there's social proof. We just can't help but want to keep up with what everyone else is doing.
But here's the good news. We can fight back, and all it takes is a simple 3-step plan. Step 1 is just awareness. For 1 month, just write down where your money goes. No judgment, just get the data. See where it's actually going. Step 2 is control. A budget gets a bad rap, but it's not about restriction. It's a plan. It's you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. And the most critical step, step 3, is safety. Before you do anything else, build an emergency fund. This is your financial shock absorber. It's what will let you sleep at night.
All right, now for the exciting part. Once your defense is solid, it's time to play some offense. So let's move on to Section 5, boosting your production. This is how you go from just surviving to actually thriving and building real wealth.
Now, let's be super clear. Being frugal is awesome. It's essential. It's your ticket out of the rat race. But, and this is a big but, you can't save your way to becoming truly wealthy. The people who build incredible wealth, they shift their focus from saving pennies to producing massive value for as many people as they possibly can.
So what does that actually look like? Well, for most of us, our 9-to-5 job is our primary form of production. But you can also go the entrepreneur route, find a problem people have, and create a solution that can scale. And today, the internet gives us unbelievable leverage. You can create content, build an app, offer a service online to a global audience. The real key here is providing relative value, something people are willing to pay for, and finding a way to deliver it to a whole lot of people.
Okay, so let's bring it all home and put the whole framework on one slide. On the consumption side, the goal is simple. Live below your means. The actions? Awareness through journaling and control through budgeting. On the production side, the goal is to maximize the value you give to society. The actions? Scale your output through your job, a business, or whatever other means you can.
So, I'll leave you with this one last question to really think about and be honest with yourself. Do you care more about looking rich or being rich? Do you want the appearance of wealth, or do you want the freedom, the security, and the options that come with actually having it? Because your answer to that one question is what will truly define